All right, it's been a minute since I touched on LSU, but game tomorrow against Auburn, they coming to Baton Rouge, so I figure I'll give y'all a little something, on this game right here. All right, let me just start off by saying LSU hasn't lost back-to-back games against Auburn since Cash Money was taken over from the 99 2000s. You understand? Bill Clinton was the president last time we lost back-to-back games to Auburn or a game in Baton Rouge to Auburn. Literally 9/11 haven't even happened, yet. We cannot lose back-to-back games to Auburn. It just wouldn't sit right with me. Coach O would be really, really on the hot seat if that happened. So they definitely need to get this win. LSU, Max Johnson, he's been looking better and better, more comfortable every week. So after that first week against UCLA, he took a lot of heat, rightfully so. I mean, he was throwing passes backwards, looking like the Aaron Brooks of old or something. But he's been looking better. The young wide receivers have been playing outstanding, from Smith. Boutte obviously was the best wide receiver in the country. They've been stepping up a lot, man. They're going to have to continue to step up against Auburn. Auburn always puts a good defense out there. So we'll see how they do against, SEC opponent. They stepped up against Central Michigan and things like that. But let's see them against some, top 10 talent. And obviously against Mississippi State as well. But let's, see them against some real SEC talent here. No disrespect to Mississippi State. Offensive line also needs to improve, man. The run game is awful. God awful. It's the worst run game I've seen in LSU history. I don't know if it's scheme, protection, or they just can't do it, but it's hell. It's ugly. I'm tired of looking at it. They can't create holes for the running backs or anything. So they're going to have to get that together, man. This run game is the worst I've ever seen in LSU history, like I said, since I've been a fan of LSU. They have to get that together. And the running back, they have to make it happen, man. Sometimes you just need a running back that just, fuck it, I'll do it myself. I know that's hard. I know that's a lot to ask of these guys. But, hey, at the end of the day, man, it's this 4 and 5 stars back there. Y'all got to get the job done because nobody else going to do it. Yeah, man. And, obviously, we need Stingley healthy. Big part of that defense. Take away one side of the field. He's been playing great this year, been tackling great this year. He has to be healthy, man. We're going to need him against Auburn. That'll be a huge get back, in the thick of this SEC play. Obviously, Rick's on the other side. Even if Stingley doesn't play, we still got Floyd, McLaughlin, and, guys like that. So we're still not, going to be desperate, for corners if he doesn't play. But obviously, if he plays as a top 5 pick, you always want a top 5 pick on the field at all times. So that'll be great, man. We just need Stingley healthy, need that number 7 out there. And things will be looking up for us. Auburn, obviously, last week they almost lost to Georgia State. Yeah, had to pause for the dramatic effect right there. Georgia State. Georgia State really, owned them all game, was the better team all game. But, I mean, at the end of the day, 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars are going to take over, from a team that doesn't have them and things like that. But, I mean, Georgia State played a good game. Auburn was on the ropes. They ended up getting a win. I mean, good thing for us they got the win because now you're bringing in a ranked team into Death Valley. So that's always good. If they'd have lost, they wouldn't have been ranked. So I guess that's a good thing. Bo Nix was absolutely terrible. Trash. Complete garbage. He's always been garbage. I mean, he blew us out last year, but he's always been garbage. And last week, showed me the same thing. Bo Nix is not a good quarterback. Actually, TJ Finley, former LSU quarterback, came in and saved the day, which is very ironic. And I think the coach said he's not giving up on Bo Nix, so Bo Nix probably still going to play. But I'm glad because he doesn't scare me. TJ Finley scares me, especially being a revenge game. He want to be out there and get some revenge on LSU for not believing in him, letting him go basically after his first couple starts ever, and moving on to Max Johnson and / Miles Brennan. So if Bo Nix is out there, I'm feeling real confident in our chances, honestly. Auburn just fired their wide receivers coach, so they got to have a new coach in the building. That's going to be a upper hand for us and things like that. They also have a new head coach, Harsin, who's first year in the SEC. It's time to show him, what the SEC is all about. Coach O can't let him come in our building and beat us, losing back-to-back games to Auburn, losing the first game to Auburn since 1999 or 2000, forgot which year. But still, we haven't lost to them in this new century. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen on your watch, man. Also, Coach O, Ed Orgeron, if you hear this, you need this win. This is a must-win game for your coaching career. You have to win this game, or you heard it here first. If he loses this game, he's out. I'm not going to say he's out after this game, but he's out after this season because this schedule does not get easier. I just want y'all to listen to this schedule. If we lose to Auburn, right, we have Kentucky, then Florida, then Ole Miss, who's number 12. Florida's number 10, by the way. Then Bama, who's number 1. Then Arkansas, who's number 8. Then ULM, which we'll win. And then number 15, A&M. You have to win this Auburn game. If you lose this Auburn game, I feel Stingley's going to sit out the rest of the year, focus on his NFL path because it's a 2-loss team. I don't even blame him. You're out of every conversation. Losing to UCLA and Auburn, you're done. But if you lose to Auburn and you lose this locker room, you may lose to Kentucky. You may lose to Florida. Ole Miss isn't winnable. Bama isn't really winnable. Arkansas is tough. A&M is tough. It's tough games out here. So you have to win this game to keep this locker room, to keep this momentum, to keep everything going. You have to win this game. If not, I think he's out. And I hate to say it, but I think he's going to be out as the coach if he doesn't win this game because he's just going to – this team is not going to respond after that loss, and be able to get up for the rest of these games. And he may finish under 500. He may finish at 500. That's back-to-back years at 500. I know that's not acceptable at LSU. It damn sure ain't acceptable for me. So, yeah, man, that's LSU versus Auburn. I'll be tuned in tomorrow, 8 o'clock game, prime time, and Saturday night in Death Valley. You know how it's going to rock. Crowd going to be crazy. Must-win game for Coach O. Hey, man, it's the Boot Tragedies. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. LSU just better win. And I'm out.